Hey guys, I just want to take a few minutes this morning and go a little deeper into explanation and kind of showing you about how to use Learning Curve. In the orientation video, we went to the actual sign-in page where you either use the access code you have with the book, or you purchase the access code, or you get the free access for a period of time, either one. So what we're going to do, excuse me, and again, I also apologize. I just realized when I listened back to some of that, the mic was turned up, and I can't seem to adjust the volume of this mic, so I'm trying to talk a little more quietly on this one because the other one was a little hard to listen to. But so when you go to when you click on it and you get through the access, now it probably won't look like this because this shows everything, but I'm just going to take you to one of the quizzes and show you how this works. And I'm going to preview it as a student gets to it. Okay. So when you pull it up, it'll just be questions. And again, you go through the questions. You can see down here there's those little tabs, and each of the chapters has a certain target score of like 500 or 600 total. And so as you go through, let's see, I hope I can get this right. Let's see, control major. Yeah. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, great job. Got it right. Okay, so when you get a question right, you can see that this begins to move. So that current score, I think that gave you 15 points. A lot of it depends on this is an interactive quizzing, so the questions change based on how well you do on questions. If you miss questions, then it'll give you more questions on that topic later, maybe a little easier, those kind of things. And so sometimes you'll see the bar move, sometimes you may see it not move, or maybe even go back if you miss a bunch of questions. So let me go to the next one. Let's just miss one here. Let's say it wasn't Vespucci, but let's say that. Oops, okay, I got it wrong. And again, a couple things about this. This goes along with the book. You can look up here, even if you're sitting down with the book, reading through the book, you can literally just go to the pages and read through this, as you're doing the questions, and that's fine. The purpose is this to expose you to the information, help you understand it, read through the text, those kind of things. But here again, I missed one, so you see it didn't. I didn't progress any, and it gives you some ideas. This isn't the correct answer. This is what Amerigo Vespucci did. Maybe try again. I said, okay, let's maybe try John Cabot. Hey, how about that? It's him. Okay. He actually sailed for England, but of course he was Italian. But anyway, so again, once I got it right, again I went up a little bit, but not as much as I did getting it the first time. Okay. So again, we go to the next question. Next question. Who was the first permanent European settlement president of the United States? That would be St. Augustine down in Florida. Okay. So great job. Again, it progressed up, jumped up another 10 or 15 points, that kind of thing. So if you get them right, it keeps going. Of course, if you don't have to do it all at one sitting. You click here and say take a break, and it shows you kind of where you're strong, where you're weak. Now, of course, you just done a few questions, but it'll show you again kind of areas you might need work on and that kind of thing. So again, this is going to be our quizzing, and at the end of the target score for this one, and I've adjusted some down to, some of them were like 1,000. I adjusted some of them down to about 500. Some are 600. But once you get to that 500 point and you complete, all I'm going to look at is, did you complete this? And again, it's just a way. It's an interactive way for you to go. It's not so much how much each question counts. It's, do you know the material, and going through the book and that kind of thing, and it'll take you through the chapters of the book. So I'll be done. And again, it goes back to my view. So also a couple other things while I have you here, if you're listening. I know a couple people have already emailed about like due dates, and I posted an announcement about, let me go to the announcement page here, about the, for some reason, and a part of this is because this course pack has been rolled over several times from previous courses, and so I think because there's all kinds of quizzes underneath this, all the stuff up under study and practice quizzes, those quizzes are kind of deployed in there, so they show up like due dates and kind of, again, don't pay any attention to the notifications. You can see up here in mine, it shows I've got 500 plus notifications. I mean, honestly, I don't really know where that comes from, and and it's too difficult to go in and try to delete every single one of those things. Just focus on the due dates that I post in the syllabus, or if I adjust any here in the announcements. Like for instance, your Essay 1 and all the learning curve quizzes for chapters 1 through 5, which are that's the chapters covered in the first exam. They're due by the end date, okay, for exam 1, which is September 20th. Okay, so that's the only due date right now you need to be concerned about, is September 20th. So as I put up here, of course, you need to pace yourself. You can't wait until, you know, September 15th or 16th or something like that and start working on the course. You need to be working on these quizzes and working on the PowerPoints and lectures and that kind of stuff. Okay, so again, just wanted to give you a little more explanation on the learning curve. And again, let me know if you have any questions. Please check out the orientation and read the syllabus. But if you have any questions, you can contact me here. All right, talk to you soon.